Welcome to another episode of Vibes. I'm your host Nischal, and today we're going to talk about a very important topic that's literally affecting every kid out there: attention disorder. Now, I'm not talking about ADHD specifically or kids who are hyperactive, although there are several out there who are suffering through this. And I'm literally saying suffering through this, probably for no fault of theirs. And I'll explain how that as well. But every kid that is dealing with memory retention, focus, lack of concentration, not being able to stay steady, it's for all of you. Now, in this, we're not going to take a quote unquote medical approach because you all have doctors that you have access to. I don't mean to create any conflict, neither I'm an expertise there. But we I'm going to give you is a natural approach to help with attention disorder. Going to call it generically as attention disorder. And we'll dive into some science behind what you would not believe is the gut and brain connection. Yes, the stomach, where we put in the food, which processes your food from small intestine to large intestine. The gut and brain connection. We'll discuss specific do's and don'ts for improving your gut health, and we'll wrap up by some steps you can start today to make a real difference in your child's focus and well being. Let's go. Before we get into how to's, let's break down why gut health matters, why gut matters. You'll be surprised to know that the gut is often referred to as the second brain. Yeah, the, there's a very strong connection. What you eat is how your brain processes. Means you know how irritated we feel when we are hungry and sleepy when we feel when the stomach is full. Depending whether we had some caffeine products, we feel excited. You have all been through this. There's a direct connection, but more than that, gut is known as second brain. Why? Because it houses over 100 million nerve cells. Can you believe that? 100 million nerve cells, and produces a majority of body neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine. You can all look up what these means, but these are important elements in terms of how you feel. Serotonin and dopamine. These are basically chemicals which regulate your mood, focus, and behavior, all of which are crucial for managing your attention. When the gut is out of balance, and I'm not talking about, you know, stomach disorders, I'm talking about inflammation. Now, when you get hurt, when you have a bruise or you fall or you get a cut, you know what inflammation means. You can see it, but there's inflammation inside our body too. And literally, everything that we suffer from can be attributed to an inflammation in particular part of the body. Now, when the inflammation happens in gut, that inflammation spreads to the brain, affecting everything from memory to behavior. In fact, there's research out there that shows that just by improving your gut health, just by focusing on what you eat, how you eat, when you eat, how much you eat, you can reduce the symptoms of attention disorder by restoring the balance in your gut microbiomes. How to get there? Let's talk about some of the do's. We all know about probiotics, right? But how much of do we have it in a regular meal? Just by simply adding basic probiotics to your kids' meals, like uh, yogurt, kefir, sauerkraut, kimchi, they are great sources. Means in Indian household you'll find pickle, papadum. These are great fermented food which contain an immense amount of probiotics. What are probiotics? Probiotics are essentially, just very simply, just beneficial bacteria that help restore balance in your gut. They basically help reduce digestion, and so they can also reduce inflammation, and in turn helping you with your mood and cognitive function. You can also take a probiotic supplement, but I'm not a big proponent of supplements particularly because you could derive all needs of your body by a balanced diet. But if you are deficient, if you feel that you need one, you're not having enough quantity of these things, then go ahead and get a probiotic. Involve or incorporate prebiotics. Now there's a difference, pre and pro. Prebiotics are food that feed the good bacteria in the gut. So, probiotics are the beneficial bacteria. The food for probiotics is prebiotic. Now, what are these food which have plenty of prebiotics? These are fiber rich foods like fruits, vegetables, whole grains, and legumes. Now, there are fruits which are now available on a grocery shelf throughout the year. Mango is available in winter, apple is available in summer. Go for seasonal local fruit, because that's how nature creates things that your body need as per different seasons. Cold storage food or long preserved food, even fresh, are not very good. These fruits or these kind of food overall, like fruits, seasonal vegetables, whole grains, like salad, but I would not say raw salad, sauteed, or even some grilled vegetables are great because your body is able to break down easily. Raw salad is very hard on your stomach as well, especially kids. So grilled vegetables, sauteed vegetables are great, and pulses, legumes, beans, etc. These are terrific. They support gut health by providing the right fuel for beneficial bacteria. Eat anti-inflammatory food that prevents inflammation in your stomach, because chronic inflammation is often linked to attention disorder. What kind of food can help reduce inflammation? Leafy greens like spinach. Not many kids like it, but spinach tortillas, add uh, spinach to shakes, add spinach to eggs. Try and bake in spinach, cabbage, green cabbage, lettuce, kale. All these are amazing green that kids usually avoid eating as is. So try and you know embed this into your regular food. Fish, especially salmon, are amazing. Salmon, there are two types, right? Uh, Try and go for wild salmon rather than farm salmon. There's enough details out there which talks about why fresh salmon is much more healthier. Nuts, almonds, walnuts, cashews, terrific seeds, all kinds of seeds. Turmeric, uh, very effective. Turmeric milk, many cafes sell turmeric shakes, turmeric latte, but most meals coming from Asia have some form of turmeric. So turmeric is a very key ingredient. If you need to take turmeric supplements, turmeric is a great anti-inflammatory food that keeps your gut and brain healthy. And you don't have to go gung ho on any particular kind of diet that you start eating salad and you're only doing that, you're only giving green vegetables to your kids. It has to be a balanced diet. And balanced diet is basically which is rich in vitamins, minerals, so it supports your cognitive function. Pay attention to omega-3 fatty acids. We just talked about fish, seed, flaxseed, magnesium, which is found in leafy green and nuts. Magnesium is a great source to keep yourself calm. Means there are supplements which are prescribed which basically contain magnesium. So instead of having those supplements, try and eat nuts and greens, uh, and incorporate those in your kids' diet. And uh, zinc is a great source for improving cognitive function, found in seeds, various meats, and if you're not a meat eater, then beans. They all play a key role in your brain health. So these are the do's. What is that you need to avoid? Means I don't want to be on the limb going out like hundreds of people you see telling don't eat processed food. Try and avoid or minimize food that comes out of a packet or a box. Basic sugar, unprocessed sugar, artificial additives, artificial sweeteners can disrupt gut health and contribute to inflammation. Means we all talk about avoiding sugar and having things like Coke Zero and Pepsi Zero and whatever zero drinks out there, but they're they are more harmful. Means I'm not talking sugar is good, but that is not good either. That substitute is not good either. They actually make your attention disorder symptoms worse. So cut back on sugar, snacks, sodas, and processed foods as much as you can. These should be like treats, like rewards. not like daily staple. Limit dairy and gluten. Now, when I say dairy, moms will uh, get a fright that, oh, my kid would not have milk or yogurt. No, absolutely, go ahead and do that, but in moderation, right? Don't overfeed this. Means, for the sake that you want to give your vitamin D to your kid, don't overfeed them with dairy. There are multiple sources of vitamin D better than dairy. But again, more of yogurt, less of milk. And again, don't add those milk supplements. uh, there are many out there. I don't want to do brand calling here, but milk supplements contain immense amount of sugar additives and fillers. Just plain milk with some honey, some kind of a, make it a shake or something with, by adding a banana or something. It becomes more flavorful to have if your kids don't like milk, but better yogurt than milk. Don't overlook sleep. Kids, uh, and especially teens, are now more into like studying late at night and night outs and stuff. Means, again, as I said, nothing should be tremendously controlled. Anything in moderation is great, but ensure your child gets rest for at least 9 to 11 hours every day. Means, in kids up till 10, 11 years of age, 9 to 11 years as they grow up in teenage, at least 8 to 9 hours at minimum. It's very important for your brain to reset and for the cognitive function to improve. Hydration means water is life giving, but what lack of water does is basically gives you that fatigue. Kids who drink less water have poor focus, they're irritated. So make sure your child stays well hydrated throughout the day, particularly if they are on high fiber diet. Now you're feeding vegetables, sorted, grilled, salad, and you're giving them nuts. They need more water to digest that kind of high fiber food. So make sure they get water to function properly. So to sum it up, I'll put it down in these action items for parents. Number one, start with gut health diet, right? For next 10 days, just next 10 days as an experiment, see what it does to your kid, right? Just this is like some kind of penance or some kind of zone you have to get to make a promise to yourself. Convince your kid that for 10 days you're going to try something which is not being totally dependent on medicine. I'm not saying stop your medicine, but in parallel to whatever you have tried so far, for kids that are having attention disorder, any kind of hyperactivity, memory, focus issues, for next 10 days, try replace all the processed snacks in their meal with whole food. Increase their fiber intake. Include probiotics and prebiotics in every single meal. And keep a journal. Just see that on a day-to-day basis as you include this, you know, how their mood, behavior, and focus is changing. Encourage healthy habits along with diet. Focus on lifestyle factors like sleep is something which I mentioned. Hydration is another important thing. But physical activity. Now kids don't get out. They come out of school, they're from a bus or a car, they are at home in front of TV. They don't walk, they don't play, they don't go out and do sports. Means your physical exertion, the physical tiredness of body is very important. Walking at least 10,000 steps a day means, for kids, you don't have to put a watch or something, but just like being active for an hour uh, is a tremendous effect on gut related inflammation and helping improve brain function. Now the gut brain connection is very powerful, but changes don't happen overnight. Means overnight changes are magic. Don't believe in magic because there's a trick behind every magic. So give your new routine a few weeks, but in 10 days, you'll start to see good results. And in a few weeks, you'll start to see dramatic results. You'll start to notice change in mood, attention span, and even sleep quality. Now, all of this may not sound new, but if this is something you're hearing for the first time, then I'll tell you, stomach health, gut health, what you eat is a very overlooked factor in managing attention disorder. Just by nourishing your gut, and you can balance the brain, you can improve the cognitive function. And you should have a holistic approach, right? I always believe in a holistic approach. Don't depend on medicine, just don't depend on other prayers and and wishes. uh, have a holistic approach that includes everything like diet, exercise, medicine, lifestyle, and include these gut friendly habits starting today. Look, I've been through this myself, so I know the importance of this. I will tell you my own story in some future episode, but I really feel for kids, and I more feel for parents who are going through this. There's a solution which starts with your kitchen, so include that. Thanks for tuning into Vibes. As I always request, if you found this episode helpful, please share it with others and other caregivers, other parents. And remember, small changes can lead to big results. There is a way to get to a healthier, happier gut and a more focused, calm mind. But stay patient. Any healing, including gut healing, takes time, but it's worth the effort. Until next time, take care and vibe with positivity. Signing off.